So the day has finally come. Freddie Freeman is going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think we all kind of saw this one coming, especially after Matt Olson went to the Braves after they acquired him. And he gets 6 years, 152 million, I think it is, or 162 million. And my initial reaction is like the Dodgers have a really good lineup. Freddie Freeman gets that 6 year that he wanted really bad. I know that the Rays were interested. They made a big push for him. The Red Sox were interested. The Yankees at one point were interested, but they felt like they couldn't get him, so they went out there and made other moves. Freddie Freeman from Southern California. He's going to a team that won the championship a couple years ago in 2020 in that shortened season, and he's going to fill in there at first base. And then Max Muncy probably moves to second base. You got Trey Turner at shortstop. Third base is Justin Turner. You got Will Smith behind the plate. And then Bellinger, Pollock, Mookie Betts, and those guys in the outfield. And the Dodgers have a really good team. I know that they lost Seager and Max Scherzer, but this team is still really good. You get the best first baseman, arguably, in the game. And then, Gavin Lux is really good. I think he goes to a utility role. The Dodgers are going to be a really good team, even though that they lost a few of their, big players. And in this division, the Diamondbacks are kind of rebuilding. The Rockies, they just got Chris Bryant, but I don't think they're going to be as good or even close to the Dodgers, really. And then you have the Padres, who are really good, but they're going to miss Tatis for the first few months of the season. And then you have the Giants, who signed Jock Peterson, former Dodger, and they made a few moves in that rotation. So I think that this division is going to be pretty good, especially between the Dodgers and the Padres. But Freddie Freeman moves on after he gets his ring. He's been with Atlanta his whole career up to this point. He got an Atlanta ring. They got him his ring, and, I think it's tough for both sides, but they moved on. The Braves got their first baseman for the future, and the Dodgers got their superstar for the next few years. And these teams are really good. They've played in the playoffs and they matched up pretty well, so I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting this year if they face in the playoffs. Freddie Freeman versus his former team, and, these teams are really good. The Braves are still really good. They got some pieces coming back that they missed most of last season, like Ronald Acuna and Mike Soroka. They'll be back by June, hopefully. And, I think Freddie Freeman, the Yankees have to be glad that he didn't go to the Red Sox, because that makes the Red Sox probably a better team than the Yankees. And the Dodgers, have to go. The Dodgers are probably proud he chose them, because the Padres are kind of making a push as of late. So, Freddie Freeman gets to go back home to California where he was born, and he gets to go make this Dodgers team even better than it was last year, probably. And I guess we'll see what the future holds. I guess we'll see, how the season unravels. But it's a really big, signing, because Freddie Freeman was kind of log jamming the free agency and the trade market because all these teams were in on him, and many people believed him and his representation kind of overplayed their part. He got 6 years, which he wanted so bad. He wanted that extra year, but the money, he got $162 million. That's still a lot, but I don't think it's as much as Freddie thought he would get. And the Braves offered him close to that. I think the Red Sox offered him close to that. The Rays offered him close to that or more. So I guess we'll see what happens if the Red Sox pivot to Trevor Story, even though Trevor Story really don't want to play second base, and the Red Sox have Xander Bogaerts. We'll see if the Rays, they're throwing a lot of money at him. Will they try to throw a lot of money at, a Correa or a Story, and see if, they'll be willing to move positions, or will they go out and try to acquire a Jose Ramirez or someone like that? Because the Rays are one of the teams, that don't really spend a lot of money and don't offer this much money to someone, and they offered a lot to Freddie Freeman. So I think that says a lot about the person and the player Freddie Freeman is.